NFLeros con un salón de la fama ganador del Super Bowl, Ron Woodson, aquí en Radio Row in Las Vegas. Ron, well, it's Super Bowl week. We're all pumped up. You know how it is. It's gotten bigger, bigger, and bigger. But what's the most important thing as a player that, you know, Niners and Chiefs, they've been to a couple of these rodeos before. What's key, you know, with all the noise that's going out outside, especially in a city like Vegas?
Yeah, the biggest thing is take it all in, because you don't know when you're going back, right? Just take it all in, have fun with it. But when the game starts, we always like to say, don't get emotionally hijacked. Don't get so excited that you're chasing plays, that you're trying to go make plays that you normally wouldn't do. Let the game kind of come to you. It's going to be a fun game to watch because you got a future Hall of Famer and Patrick Mahomes against a quarterback on the NFC side with Brock Purdy, who everybody says he's a game manager, which I don't believe. I think he's way better than that. It's going to be fun to watch how these guys go against each other and how Kyle Shanahan uses his pre-snap motions and all that stuff against Kansas City, who has a really good defense.
In your position, being one of the best defensive players of all time, when you got a guy like Mahomes, what do you look for? What are you scouting? What are you scanning when, when the snap starts?
Yeah, I mean, with him, you're trying to give him a look pre-snap that's not going to be there in post-snap. So once the ball is snapped, that's going to be a different look. And you can't give him his first read. If you give him his first read and you allow him to set his feet in the pocket and he doesn't get pressure, it's going to be a long day for your defense. So if you can give him some different looks, but give him something once a ball snapped, but get some pressure on him to make him move his feet and get out of the pocket, then the advantage will go to the defense.
When it comes to the playmakers for both teams, who do you think you got being the most dangerous, most explosive, most aggressive from these both teams?
I mean, Kansas City got some good players, right? They do. I mean, Pacheco is solid. Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends to ever play in the National Football League. Rice has shown up this year. I think the 49ers just have better overall. I mean, they got the best running back in the National Football League in McCaffrey. You have an outstanding receiving core with Ayuk and Debo. You got a really good tight end and Kittle. They got some players over there. And I think overall skill set, the 49ers have better players in the skill set position. And then Brock Purdy is one of those guys who've been delivering the ball to those guys all year long.
And where do you think it's going to be the key of taking that match, taking that Vince Lombardi? Where do you or who do you think has the edge on certain advantage, certain mismatches on this Sunday's game?
The key to me is how is the 49ers defense going to play in the Super Bowl comparable to the two playoff games? Because the two playoff games, they played okay. They didn't play great like they did during the regular season. But if they correct that and they play better in the Super Bowl, I just think they're a better overall football team.
And speaking of the National Football League, one of the biggest teams obviously is the Steelers. Where do you think they have to go going forward?
I think they have to find a quarterback. I think they have to find a guy who's going to be that guy. Who is it going to be? Pickett? Do you spend another year on not bringing anybody else in and to try to let him get developed? Obviously you got another offensive coordinator coming in. You try to figure out what that's going to look like, what type of system they're going to run. That's a huge step. If they stay with Pickett, but you have all these quarterbacks in the draft class this year, and now you would have to move up to get some of those guys, or do you get somebody in free agency? Do you make a trade with a Kirk Cousins, who was injured last year, yes, but he'll come back this year. I like Kirk Cousins. I think he's a solid player. He's not going to cost a lot of money because he's coming off an injury. I think he can still throw the football. He doesn't have to be real athletic. I think he can still throw the football down the field. They got playmakers across the board. I think they got good playmakers on offense. They just got to find that guy who can deliver the football on a daily basis.
And as far as the Raiders go, you got Antonio Pierce right now. What do you make of them? It has to be a tough division going always 2 times every single year against Mahomes. So what do you think of the Raiders right now?
I like the hire with Antonio Pierce. I think he's going to bring some toughness and some grit to what they do, to their mindset of who they are as the silver and black, the Raiders. And now you got to see how the offense works. We know what the defense is going to look like because we were a lot better in the second half of the season. Now we got to see how the offense works out. If the offense comes together and starts and is producing, it's going to be a really good football team to watch.
You mentioned tough. There is a tough problematic in this country and many countries all over the world. But speaking about fentanyl, how does one pill can kill? What are they doing? How are you helping out? How do you spread that message? And how do you try to prevent what's happening all over the country?
Yeah, the NFL alumni is partnered with the DEA. They have their campaign, the one pill can kill. And it's from the age of 18 to 45 here in the U.S. More lives are lost from drug poisoning and drug abuse, and you got to find a way to. And a lot of way of it's happening is that the drug poisoning is from fentanyl. Fentanyl can be 2 grains. It can fit
2 grains.
It can fit on the top of your pencil, and it can kill you if you take it. And to get the message out, to talk to the kids, because it's not all drug addiction. It can be a casual. Somebody just say, "Oh, let me try it," and they die. So it's getting that message out, to talking to our communities, talking to our kids, talking to individuals across the U.S. That if you want to get prescription medicine, get it from your doctor. Get it from a prescription licensed pharmacist. Don't get it from social media. If you get it from, I don't get my stuff from social media.
No, me neither.
Great. So why take that opportunity? Why take that risk? Because you never know what's in it.
And there's no going back.
And once you take it, it's no going back.
Where can people find more information to get, more knowledge about the subject?
Yeah. So if you go to DEA /one pill can kill, that's where you can find more information about how to prevent it, but also information about what's going on with it.
We appreciate. Thank you very much for your time, and have a lot of fun here in Vegas.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.